Happy Friday to you, my friends. Before we go any further, I would like to encourage you to hit the subscribe button right now. I'll wait. Okay, now for those of you that didn't hit the subscribe button, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. Feel free and please subscribe or share this podcast as much as possible. I very, very, very much appreciate it. The topic for today on The Way Life Ought to Be is the dangers of underestimating yourself. And that might sound like not the biggest deal because it's really ourself and the world sees us a certain way and it's just an internal battle that we fight. But when you underestimate yourself, what you do is you don't ascribe yourself the value that you are supposed to be giving yourself, and therefore you do not proceed chasing after the goals or achieving the goals, and you just do not move towards becoming the person that you're supposed to be. It's very, very simple. You need to believe in yourself. There is one you, that is it. There are many, many people. I tell people this all the time, that it really does seem like there's just a line of people waiting to give you advice or tell you what you can do, what you shouldn't do, and they just are waiting to tell you how you should live. And why do we give them that right? Why do you give people the right to tell you how to live when they should not be granted that right in the first place? For example, I used to do mortgages for a living for a time, and I remember specifically meeting with people and telling them your mortgage rate is at such and such a rate, and what we can offer you today is a lower rate. Here are the costs associated with getting the new mortgage. These are the dollars you will save if you simply do a refinance on your current mortgage. They would oftentimes proceed to tell me that they have an uncle or a brother or someone that they know who is an expert. Sometimes they would actually come to their house and sit with us. Many times, these people were not qualified to be giving them advice on financial strategies at all. A lot of times, they would have been unemployed, living in a van by the river. Okay, maybe not a van by the river, but a small shack somewhere, and yet this is the person that you're going to allow to give you advice on one of the biggest financial decisions that you'll ever make? It's ridiculous, I tell you, ridiculous. We need to take very clear, sharp, concise inventory of who we give the right to give us advice in our life. It is very important that we don't allow the wrong people to tell us how to live. For example, I believe that if you have a dream or a goal or an aspiration and you come to me and you say, Wayne, I have a dream. I'd like to start a business and I want to start such and such a business. And the first thing I do is I look back at you and I tell you, well, I wouldn't do that. I have a real problem with that because I don't know that you're asking me if I would do it. What you're doing is telling me that you have a dream or an aspiration to start a business, and that's it. You're not asking me if I would do it because I am Wayne. I am not you. You are you. You are the one that took the time to look at all of the ins and outs, the pros and cons, what have you, of that particular opportunity or move. Now, it's different if you say, okay, well, so what are some of the things that you've looked at and what are your plans? I have a real issue when people say I wouldn't do that. That bothers me really, really a lot. So when you set yourself up to proceed towards the goals and the dreams that you're after, and you want to move forward in your business life, your professional life, and you sometimes you're feeling as if you might not be enough or you might not be equipped. We all have our own strengths and weaknesses that we have to work with. Sometimes it's good to think back in time. Who told you that you're not good enough? Who was it? Who said, I don't think you have what it takes to do said business or such and such a thing? Who did that? And did they have the right to tell you that? And do you need to remove that from your psyche and move forward? When we allow other people to dictate our lives for us, we're removing our ability to achieve our highest goals and dreams and to become who we actually are supposed to be. I've noticed this a lot with family, technically, people at church, people at schools. They tend to have no problem telling you what they believe you can do or become, or what they believe you can't do, or what you can't become. I wouldn't do that. I think you should really just get a job and just make an hourly wage. I don't think you should do that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't start a business. It's scary. It's scary to go after your dreams. And you know what? It is scary to go after your dreams. It takes guts. It takes integrity. It takes diligence. It takes sacrifice. It takes hard work. It takes discipline to go after your dreams. But you know what? A lot of times, it is worth it. It is a lot easier to lay back on your laurels, wake up every day, live your life on autopilot, and not step up to the plate and swing the bat at a real dream. It's a lot easier. It is much easier to believe the lie that you are not gifted, that you do not have what it takes to achieve the dreams that are inside of you. It is so much easier. I'll just go to work and I'll come home and I'll crack a beer and I'll watch the news and I'll go to bed and I'll just repeat, wash, rinse, repeat, wash, rinse, repeat forever. What about the dreams that you have? What about goals? What about setting higher goals for yourself? What about going to work, which I do believe that we should do? We shouldn't. I'm not a big advocate of just quitting your job, because when you just walk away from your source of income, I don't know that that's the most intelligent thing to do. But I do believe that it is possible to maintain your position at your company or job, what have you, your career, and look at other goals, write them down, and chase after them. You don't have to accept that you're just one certain thing. What if you have other goals? Plan them out. Think about them. Meditate on them. Go to work. Do the right thing for your family. Pay your bills. Try to be on top of your life keep it in financial order. But still, do not shut the door on dreams. Don't slam the door, because that long, never, ever ending line of people standing, waiting to tell you that you can't reach your dreams. Don't listen to those people. Those people are telling you to stunt your growth. Stop chasing your dreams. Put aside your aspirations settle back like us. Be reasonable. Would you be reasonable, Wayne? Would you just be reasonable? What you're trying to do is crazy. Actually, it's not crazy. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to live, okay? We're born and we're granted the gift of life, which is absolutely the most amazing gift that you could ever be granted. So I'm of the belief that we shouldn't waste said gift. We should wake up and pursue it with the vigor and the drive and the desire to keep it alive and to pursue excellence. Why be average? Average is not a good place to be. There's an ad campaign on TV right now, and I cannot remember which company it's for, which probably isn't exactly a compliment to whoever created this campaign, but they have a doctor come into a room and the guy's about to get a surgery, or the person, and he says, now, has he done this surgery before? Because he's concerned. He's about to get surgery. And he qualified, and the nurse said, oh, yeah, he's okay. He's okay. Really? He's okay. So he's going to be cutting into my body with an instrument, scalpel, if you will. He's going to be rearranging my organs and sewing me back together, and he's okay. Well, that's great. I like that. I don't think so. That's why the ad campaign is hilarious, because okay is not good enough. Average is not good enough. The pursuit of excellence and greatness is good enough. And it doesn't have to be your own business. It doesn't have to be starting it doesn't have to be an extroverted thing either, I guess, because there are some people that will listen to this podcast and they will think, I'm just a quiet person. And that is fine. We're all made with individual and unique qualities. But I would beg of you, always be pursuing excellence. If you want to be a copywriter, or you want to be a proofreader or an accountant, or just say that you have a career path that puts you in a quieter place than a lot of other jobs. Don't allow yourself to become complacent. Don't allow yourself to become lackadaisical. Keep pushing onward and upward. If you become comfortable in your current position or your job, or really this goes for all aspects of life, your marriage, your physical condition, every part of your life, if you become comfortable and complacent, that is a good sign that growth has now gone to the wayside. And you, my friend, are sitting on a plateau. And you might be very comfortable on that plateau. You might be on a lawn chair, sitting in the sun on that plateau, right next to your pool, relaxing. I would warn you, it is not safe to sit on a plateau. If you need to take a quick break, so be it. Walk off of that plateau and look at the next vertical climb and start climbing. Because life is a fleeting thing, and we need to grab it while we have the breath in our lungs and the physical ability to grab it. Don't let other people dictate your life's path, unless, of course, you want them to. Now, there are people that we should listen to. I have trusted mentors that I talk with. I have trusted friends that will give me good, honest, sound advice when I ask them for it. It's really difficult to find people that will tell you the God's honest truth. A lot of people will tell you, oh, that's great. Yeah, that's great. When really they should be saying, look, you're my friend. I love you, man. But here's the deal. I have experience in this, and I want you to know that if you were to do this and this, it could be better. And you don't have to, but I'm your friend. Care about you, man. And I'm here to support you, and I will cheer you on and help you kick some butt. Because incidentally, I want you to win. That's the kind of people that you need to surround yourself with. How strong is your belief that you will succeed? If it's not that strong, why? Why isn't it? What are you allowing to change that? What are you letting settle into your mind or your beliefs that is stunting your growth? What is it? What are you believing about yourself that you shouldn't be? Or, conversely, what are you believing about yourself, or what aren't you believing about yourself that you should be? For example, a lot of people don't understand how skilled they really are. They go through life doing a tremendous job, and they continually berate themselves and beat themselves down because they're not good enough. I just don't feel like I'm winning. But once in a while, it's okay to celebrate a win. Briefly. Like Nick Saban of Alabama, they win the national title. They smoke the other team periodically. They come out, they interview him right after the win. Right after the win. Nick, Coach Saban, what do you think Alabama needs to do, or how did the game go? How do you feel about this great win and that you're the champions? Well, I think there's a lot of things we need to work on. I think we have to correct a lot of things. A lot of things out there need to be improved. But we got the win, and the other team was a great team. So that is how he looks at it. His celebration is pretty much non-existent, but he's always looking to better, even though he's already on the top of the mountain. So I would ask you, believe in yourself. The people that are critical of you, that continually tell you what you can't become and how you're not good enough, try to avoid them. Sometimes it's okay to get them out of your life. Maybe it would help you to get rid of them. All right? Tell them, look, I appreciate what you're trying to say, but when we go to have a cup of coffee, let's just talk and we'll talk about the weather or something. Don't allow them to give you that pathway into your character or your dreams. Take it away. And conversely, the people that you should be asking, rely on them. Forge relationships and bond with them in a way that will help you both move upward and onward towards a better life, a better version of both of you. You can support each other and help each other. Do not fall into the ever so prevalent trap that so many people live in, where we underestimate our ability and then we write off the odds that we could succeed. We tell ourselves over and over again, it's not going to work. I probably can't do that. I'm not good enough. I don't have the experience. You, my friend, have dreams that can become a reality if you can only believe. And if your why gets big enough, the how will inevitably work itself out. God bless. I hope you have an incredible day. Please, please, please hit subscribe to my podcast and share this with your friends. Download it, put it on Facebook, whatever you want to do. I want this to get out there because I'm just trying to reach as many people as I can possibly reach with uplifting information that can help us all have a better life. Thank you for tuning in to The Way Life Ought to Be. God bless.